There are some games out there that tell spellbinding tales, that take us on journeys into wonder and mystery, that teach us more about ourselves than we could ever have expected when we booted them up. There are games that just manage to touch you, to communicate with you, and they may not be big AAA titles with teams of writers behind them, but rather a smaller, more intimate affair. We wanted to celebrate these stories, these small moments of wonder, and to that end we've composed this list. Oxenfree is perfect evidence that you don't need big budgets to make great games. Oxenfree is a coming-of-age adventure game that throws a group of teenagers, some friends, some complete strangers, into a paranormal mystery on a remote island. Oxenfree is almost like a Telltale game, albeit with more choice, and an even deeper understanding of what makes an emotionally gripping story. The voice actors' stellar performances, the stunningly executed script, the intricately woven story, and the unique and effective storytelling mechanics all come together to create what is undoubtedly one of the indie darlings of the year. Respawn isn't scared of going pretty high concept with its campaign for Titanfall 2, and we have to say we didn't really expect much from the game before we booted it up. After all, the first game didn't exactly have a single player mode, but the surprises came thick and fast in Titanfall 2, and we were surprised by just how much we ended up enjoying the connection between bland spaceman pilot Jack Cooper and his erstwhile Titan BT-7274. If that whole buddies in danger thing doesn't do it for you, then how about some of the most interesting level design and pacing we've seen in the first person shooter for years? We won't spoil the surprises here, but anyone that's played the game can see the Half-Life influences and the Call of Duty 4 pedigree in the game's DNA for sure. Rather than opting for an unrealistic super soldier story, Battlefield 1 tells a smaller, much more compact series of stories about foot-on-the-ground soldiers from all affiliations all over the world. DICE could have fluffed this and done a disservice to the real soldiers that perished in the Great War, but instead it was handled in a very emotionally sensitive way. These war stories are emotional, gripping, and never outstay their welcome. After the high-octane police drama of Battlefield Hardline and the oorah marine stylings of Battlefield 4, we weren't really expecting this kind of sensitivity and respect from Battlefield 1, but we're very glad we got it. It's amazing what a game can tell you without actually telling you anything, right? Inside is a masterpiece of environmental storytelling. The whole game is mute, there are no words anywhere, and the whole story is simply told via the world you're running through. Inside tells a story of a young boy trying desperately to survive in some sort of grim dystopia, and it's all put together with the artisanal craft that Playdead has become known for. Inside is a game full of surprises and intrigue, and we can guarantee it's the kind of game that will stick with you for weeks once you've finished it. We cannot recommend it more. Virginia is a game that came out of nowhere for us. Completely left field, it's a game that's more than worthy of its place on this list. The dialogue-free first-person interactive drama tells its story through emotion, on-screen subtleties, and more importantly, through its epic score. You play as recently graduated Anne Tarver as she gets thrown into a missing persons case in the rural town of Kingdom, Virginia. But things in Virginia are never quite what they seem. With inspirations clearly taken from Twin Peaks, X-Files and more, Virginia is one hell of a unique experience and has hidden meaning littered throughout its compelling story. It's a game that will fuck with your mind and will throw more questions at you than an episode of Jeopardy, which is nothing but a good thing.